Behind me is the best three-row SUV that you probably forgot about. This is the Ford Expedition. Enjoy the video. So guys, as I'm sure you're aware, the Ford Expedition has been out a while now. We're now in its fourth, I believe, generation. I'll put it on screen if it's correct. And it really hasn't changed a whole lot. It's pretty much consistently been built on the F-150 chassis, serving the full-size three-row competition space, such as the Suburban, Tahoe, Yukon, and now the new Wagoneer. Their old offering used to be the Durango, but now it's kind of downsized into a unibody. So this is the last body-on-frame three-row, and it's Ford option. And I think it's the best value, but I'm going to prove it. And if you guys haven't seen my channel before, this is my new car channel where I do new car walkarounds, used car walkarounds, tech talks, and of course, we're going to auto shows. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications bell so that you get notified when I post a new video. Enjoy this one. Well, it's definitely hard to talk about value when we don't know exactly what we're talking about. So I'm going to go over the window sticker with you guys. This is our 2024 Expedition Limited. It is a two-wheel drive, and it is the Expedition Max, which gives us the extended wheelbase. Has the 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 and the 10-speed automatic. This is the stone blue metallic exterior, so if you're dying for this color, that's what it's called. And the interior is a sandstone leather. We've got a bunch of standard equipment on this with the optional 22-inch 12-spoke polished aluminum wheels and the power-deploying running boards. Those are an option group 302A, and they cost $2,705. Underneath optional equipment, the stone blue metallic costs $495. The heavy-duty trailer tow package that this is optioned with is $995. And our 15.5-inch LCD screen with touch capability is $795. There are no option discounts here for a total of $78,295. And this truck was built in Kentucky. It is rated for 27 on the highway, 17 city, 19 combined with a 5-star overall safety rating. There you guys go. So when we talk about value, what other large luxury three-row SUVs can you get for $79,000? Well, it's going to be a very entry-level Wagoneer. That vehicle starts at $68,000, and that's before you add four-wheel drive. When we talk about the Tahoe side of things, that's in the mid-50s starting price. And so to get one with a lot of options, they're all going to be in this same ballpark. Now, what gets really wild is when you talk about the luxury side of things when it comes to really high trim levels. These things can be in excess of $130,000. That's when you start talking about the Grand Wagoneer Series 3, the Obsidian, the Escalade V, and all of those options. So this one's not that, but it's also not the base model. Let's go see what features $79,295 actually gets you. So talking about styling on this behemoth of an SUV, it looks very similar to its cousin, the F-150, but they've definitely changed it up to make it more family-friendly, more user-friendly. You can see the nice big LED. These are reflector LED headlights. They do have a large C-clamp LED designed daytime running light, and there is an incandescent turn signal right here. We notice a nice big Ford logo like we have on all of the Ford products, along with a 360 cam underneath. Down at the bottom, we do have these nice, really cute hidden ultrasonic parking sensors, as well as our fog lights. Now, this one is not equipped with tow hooks. If we got four-wheel drive, we would get the tow hooks. And you notice the nice slanting hood design makes it a lot easier to see out of this vehicle. Now, some vehicles are coming with a sharp hood design, Wagoneer, and that does give you kind of a corner mentality, but this vehicle is not difficult to understand the size of, and the 360 cam and the parking sensors definitely help out a lot with parking. Talking about our wheels and tires on this SUV, these are the optional 22-inch behemoth wheels, and these are a General Grabber HST60, and they're sized out in a, let me find the sizing for you guys, 285 millimeter by 45 millimeter R22 rim. So this is going to be a really ginormous rim. I wouldn't recommend this for an off-road use case scenario, but I think around town, maybe doing a little bit of towing and hauling, maybe just going down a gravel road, you'd be okay, but I wouldn't want to do any extreme rock crawling with these. Talking about luxury features, I think it's very important to mention the almost unnoticeable power steps that exist on this. They go right up flush with the body. I know a lot of SUVs have been doing this over the last few years, like the Lincoln Navigator, especially the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer, and then even the Tahoe and Yukon and GM twins. But I think this is just one of the coolest, nicest features that an SUV manufacturer can put on their large three-row SUV. Now, talking about the overall presence of this thing, it is a behemoth. It is massive. You can tell I'm a 5'9", 5'10" dude, about 150 pounds. And this thing is massive. It feels massive. It looks massive. It has such a presence when you're driving it around that everybody knows that you probably have 6 kids in the back of here, or at least 6 people's worth of stuff. And so it's really something to consider when you decide if you drive this around, because if you're somebody who lives in a very metro area and parking is something you have to do a lot, you may want to go with a mid-size option instead of this full-size option. But if you are somebody who has a ginormous field like I have to film this thing, and maybe a nice large driveway, this is a great contender, especially if you're going to need the cargo area, which is what we're going to get into right now. So guys, going into the cargo area, we're going to use the key fob, which you can see right here, and we are going to open it up with a double press of the trunk option. You can see it is a very nice power lift gate. We do have buttons up here at the top, so you can program the height even if you want, if this is too tall for you. But you can see this is just a huge immense of space. Even with the third row up, you can see we've got probably 3.5 feet of depth in here. There is a lift up floor. There is a little bit of storage bins in here. There are lights and tie downs, even some USB ports back here. And there's some really handy buttons over here on this side, which I can fold the third row with the push of one button if I like. And you can see these seats go down super easily, super quickly. And then that even provides you with even more space. I can definitely climb pretty far up here. And this is just behind the second row. And as far as third row amenities go, there's definitely a lot back here. Like I said, you've got the 12 volt. In the third row, you've got USB and cup holders. These rear windows are all heated. There's speaker grills on the back of here, and there's even some nice grocery bag hooks for any of your grocery adventures. There's one on each side. So definitely a useful cargo area. Another quick note while we're back here, I absolutely personally love when manufacturers allow us the option to raise just the glass like this Ford does. This just makes it so much more convenient when you are on a crazy road trip and you have all the stuff packed up. You can just reach in and quickly grab stuff without everything dumping out the back. So more manufacturers definitely need to continue incorporating this rear window design. My apologies, guys. My mic died. We're going to try to continue to keep on going on. So let me go into the second row next. You can see from this outside view, nice big door, swings pretty far open. I definitely think Ford could have gone a couple more degrees, but it's really good, especially when you talk about the overall width of the opening. The step goes almost all the way up to the tire, so tons of room to actually get in here. And when you do get up here, by the way, the center transom is definitely big enough for me to just climb through if I wanted to, but because the seat does have a really cool feature, tip and slide, I'll show you how that works. So you just pull the lever on the corner of the seat up here, the whole seat tips and slides. If you have a car seat here, it'll probably go about that far, leaving you with this much room, which is still plenty, especially for a child, even a smaller adult like myself. Or you can slide it even further when you don't have a car seat. And you can see climbing in. Climbing in is not a huge affair. So now I'm actually in the third row of the Expedition Max, and you can see my knee room is good, my feet room is pretty good. It tucks right underneath the seat. I can even put my leg in the center if I really wanted to stretch out. These seats do recline with a button right here on the side, which puts me at a much better angle. I do have an air vent right here. I have a light in the middle. I've also got some hooks, and then of course a cup holder, a USB, and the storage back here, which makes it just that much better of a place to be. And there is a very convenient grab handle coming in through that door. So now I'm in the second row captain's chairs, and boy oh boy are these seats comfortable. Now you can option a bench if you want the 8-person seating configuration. However, this 7-seater is a little bit easier for some families because kids can run right up the middle. Plus, these outboard seats are a lot easier to latch car seats to. Speaking of those latch points, they are nice and accessible. There's little tags noting exactly where they're at. So you can definitely get car seats, and there are 2 latch points in the third row, which means you can do 4 latch compatible car seats in here. Now these second row captain chairs are heated. There is a third zone of climate for this rear area. We do have a 150 volt house outlet as well. This is a 3-prong. And then we also have 2 USB-Cs in the back as well. Underneath we've got a 12 volt. There is a rear entertainment option available where you can get TV screens in the back of these seats. And my favorite feature is definitely the panoramic sunroof, which of course I did decide to open for you guys. We do have some heating and cooling vents right up here in the roof next to a hook for clothes. And then of course we do have LED lights and a grab handle as well, making it that much more comfortable in this third row. So now we're in the front seats of the Ford Expedition Max, and this is a beautiful interior. It's got this awesome graphic wood design trim on the dash. It's got really nice leather stitching on the dash. It's got a shelf up here with a Bang & Olufsen speaker system. We've got a full digital gauge cluster. By the way, this SUV is equipped with all the newest safety tech, so that's adaptive cruise, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring. And you can option Blue Cruise on some of the highest trim levels of this vehicle. Now you'll notice that we do have the big 15-inch display. This is an option. Standard is going to be a smaller 12-inch display, but this 15-inch works great. You've got little pods all over the screen with heated seats, cooled seats, heated steering wheel. One pet peeve is that it is all through the screen. I wish they gave us some more physical buttons. But that's why the 12-inch option exists, because when you get that 12-inch, this whole bottom piece goes to physical buttons, which I think a lot of people will definitely option for. We do have a wireless charger, a USB-C, a USB-A, these really great storage pockets on each side of the transmission tunnel, which just leave a nice big amount of room. We get a trailer brake controller because of that heavy-duty trailer tow package, as well as Pro Backup Assist, which is a program where you can program in your trailer. Not only will it save your trailer and count the miles on that trailer and remind you of the maintenance that needs to be done on that trailer, but if you're with an inexperienced driver and maybe you need them to back you down the boat launch or help you back a trailer into a camping spot, this Pro Trailer Backup Assist will allow you to do that. This vehicle does have 2 glove boxes, which is really nice. It is lockable on the bottom one, and then a nice big center console with a shelf. We can manually shift the 10-speed in here with these buttons here. There are drive modes as well, and this is where our 4-wheel drive control would be if we had it. This one is a 2-wheel drive. We do have power adjustable pedals in here, which I really like, as well as a button over here that will release the headrest in the rear, and then of course our lift gate as well. This does have 3-position memory seats on the driver's seat, which if you have 3 drivers, maybe yourself, a spouse, and then a kid, all of you will be able to program in your seat and leave it that way. All of our controls for our panoramic sunroof are right up here, along with a sunglass holder and some LED lights. We do have HomeLink garage door opener on the visor, and then of course lights on both of the visors, driver and passenger, and they do slide, which is really handy. Well, that's everything on the front interior. Let's go under the hood and see what powers this beast. All right, guys, so here we are underneath the hood of the Expedition Max, and this is our tried and true 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6. Now, interesting enough, it's actually tuned different than it is in the F-150. This one makes slightly less torque than the F-150. The F-150 right now is rated for 500 pound-feet of torque. This is rated for 470, which is still no slouch, still a ton of torque. This motor's been out a long time, which means relatively easy to find parts for if it ever needs to be fixed. Now, there are some known issues with these motors, not the least of which is the cam phasers, which is pretty much the biggest known issue with these. Cam phasers do tend to go bad between 80 and 120,000 miles. However, most of the time, if you have an extended service contract or it's still covered under factory warranty, you can get those taken care of. Now, looking at the maintenance items under here, this is a Ford underneath the hood, and you can tell that it is tried and true. Everything is exposed, everything is out in the open where you can see it, where you can get to it, and where you can easily work on it. So our wiper fluid's right over here in the corner, our battery is here, we got a fuse box in that corner, coolant right up front like we have in the F-150, an air box over here, and then of course all your coil packs are right on top. We do have oil fill over here as well as our brake fluid. So all of our maintenance items are super easy to get to, and you know this is gonna make a lot of power for you and be reliable. And one of the best parts about buying a Ford is that the dealer network is absolutely massive. Every small town in America, it seems like, has a Ford dealership, which means you can get any of your work done at any of those places. And even if you don't, it's an American vehicle, so it's not overly complicated. Your local mechanic should be able to work on it as well down the road. Well, guys, what do you think? Do you agree? Is this the best 3-row SUV that you forgot about? Did you leave it underrated and off your list because Ford really doesn't advertise it a whole lot, because you don't see it a lot? I know I personally did, but when I jumped in this, I knew that it was a nice product, a very nice vehicle, super comfortable, and I knew a lot of people were gonna get a lot of joy out of seeing this type of video. So if you guys have enjoyed, make sure to like, comment down below, share your feelings with me. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you like this type of content. Pretty soon here, we're gonna be ramping up production, making more videos, more exciting videos, higher quality content. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notifications bell so that you get notified when I post a new video. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a beautiful day. Now, for those of you that stayed, you know what time it is. It's late video lighting nerds time. That's right, this is the candid blooper style where I take you around and we turn on the lights and we check them out. So let's go check out those lights. Start it up. And for anybody who missed the interior, this will be a good option for you to actually see what I didn't just cut out. All right, so we got headlights on. Let's go check them out. All right, there's our headlights. Whew. Look at them bad boys. Bright as can be. And it does say Expedition in the headlights, which I like a lot. Turn on the brights. Boom. Let's go see what they look like now. Oh yeah, super bright. Whew. Look out. All right, let's go check out those taillights real quick. Oh yeah, those are some good looking taillights. Well, thanks for staying as always, late video lighting nerds, and have an amazing day.